Yo my little doodlebugs! If you've ever started something on a random summer day with zero expectations and watched it slowly turn into the most important thing in your creative life, yep, that's exactly what happened here. This is the story of how my comic Ravenden was born. How it started as a silly little thing between me and my sister, how it turned into a deeply personal story about grief, fear, growing up, and holding tight to the people you love. It's still in early development, and it's still evolving, but it's something I've poured a lot of myself into, and today I want to share that with all of you. Ravenden is set in a small, forgotten town, crumbling at the edges, swallowed by woods and whispers. It's the kind of place where weird stuff just happens and no one questions it. Peeling paint, fog that doesn't lift up, stories that don't quite add up, and at the center of it all, 4 kids. Ducky, Smiley, Axel, and Tobias. All just trying to stay afloat in a place that's quietly unraveling around them. The comic blends mystery, emotional depth, and weird little moments of peace between chaos. It's about family, both the kind you're born into and the kind you find when everything else falls apart. It's about that moment where childhood starts to slip and real life creeps in. But more than anything, it's about staying soft even when the world tries to harden you. Ducky is the chaos. Loud, fearless, covered in paint, she leads without thinking, feels everything too deeply, and dreams about a life beyond the borders of Ravenden, even though the thought of leaving her sister behind terrifies her. Smiley is her opposite. Quiet, observant, a little strange in the best way possible. She sees the things other people ignore, picks up on the energy shifts, notices the cracks. She's scared of the changes coming, but doesn't always have the words to say it. Axel's the protector, reserved, patient, the one who won't say much but always shows up. He's been taking care of his little brother Tobias for as long as he can remember, and never once asked for anything in return. Tobias is a joy in a cracked shell, silly, clever, and constantly cracking jokes, usually when he's avoiding something serious, but underneath the chaos is someone who listens, who sees what others miss. He makes everything lighter without pretending the dark isn't there. Together they explore the strange, broken corners of their town, while dealing with everything else that life throws at them. Family trauma, fear, grief, loneliness, growing pains. It's messy, and that's the point. I'll be completely honest, I didn't start Ravenden thinking it would be a real comic. It started with me and my little sister bored at our kitchen table one summer, a couple years ago. I drew a goofy cartoon version of us, something just for fun, and she loved it. So she grabbed our parents' typewriter and started writing up a script. That one goofy sketch led to more drawings, more ideas, a loose plot, and suddenly we had characters, dialogue, settings, and vibes. Now years later, I'm still working on it, refining the story, redesigning the characters, and figuring out how to actually build a comic. Because here's the thing, when I started, I only knew how to draw, and barely at that. I didn't know how to draw hands, character proportions. I was known for making my characters' necks way too long. Don't look at my old art. And I certainly didn't know anything about comic making. I didn't know anything about paneling, storyboarding, speech bubbles, or pacing, but I've learned all that through this process, slowly, imperfectly, but consistently, and I'm still learning every time I open the sketchbook. This comic isn't just fiction. It's helped me work through real-life stuff, like anxiety about moving out, leaving my sister behind, and trying to grow up without letting go of the people I love. Ducky's fears are my fears. Her struggles to leave home without feeling like she's leaving part of herself behind. That's me. I want her to find a way through it, and in helping her do that, maybe I can help myself too. The story may not be polished yet, but the heart of it, it's real to me, and I care about it more than I can explain. Since Ravenden is such a personal project, here's a little about where I came from. I grew up in the early 2000s. Lisa Frank notebooks, Boomerang cartoons, SpongeBob marathons, drawing in every scrap of paper I could find, napkins, homework margins, sticky notes. I've always been a little weird in the best way, especially thanks to my 12-year-long creepypasta phase, and yes, I'm still holding on to that. I read all the stories, I drew all the fan art, and yeah, Jeff the Killer lived rent-free in my brain for way too long. Then there was Undertale. Man, that game hit me hard. The characters, the storytelling, the way it wasn't afraid to be soft and sincere and totally unhinged. Undertale's probably responsible for half my emotional damage and half my character writing skills, and music, don't even get me started. I grew up on Slipknot, Mudvayne, Rammstein, and Limp Bizkit. There's something about loud, gritty, raw music that just gets me. It's honest, emotional, and unapologetic. That same energy is in Ravenden. In the characters, in the mood, in the way I let things be messy and vulnerable instead of perfect. I didn't plan on making something this personal, but here we are. Ravenden is still in development. There's no perfect roadmap, no release date yet, and I'll keep working on it piece by piece. This story matters to me not because it's flawless, but because it's mine, and because somewhere in the chaos of growing up, it reminds me that connection, love, and softness still matter. So yeah, if you made it this far, first of all, what are you doing? Go touch grass. Nah, but seriously, thank you. Thanks for letting me ramble, rant, overshare, and absolutely trip over my words like 5 times in a row. And yes, I know it is horribly butchered audio as I try to edit out my stuttering as best as I can, but I like to call it authenticity. You're welcome. And thanks for sticking with me through this whole mess. You're the real MVP. I'll catch you in the next video with more updates, art, and probably me talking way too fast again. Stay weird, stay soft, and don't forget to draw something messy today. Bye-bye!